Planning and research are fundamental to your success as a trader or an investor. Stick around to see exactly what you need to do before the market opens each day. How's it going, guys? Ryan here with another episode of my stock market basics series, and today we're talking all about pre-market trading strategies, what you need to do before the market opens in order to be successful. And in this video we're actually going to be talking about some elements that you can add into your pre-market trading strategy in order to try generate a bit more success and a bit more targeted focus when you're looking at what to invest or trade. But before we get started, as always guys, please like my videos. It really helps me out so much, especially if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below to let me know your thoughts, and remember to subscribe for more content. And with that, let's get straight into it. So today I want to focus on 4 key areas that you can actually look at in order to improve your pre-market trading strategy. And these 4 key areas are really important in understanding what is happening not only with certain companies individually, but what's also happening in the global environment and the effects that these could have on the stock market itself. The first thing you want to be looking at is company announcements, and in particular the companies that you're following on your watch list. You should have notifications set up alerting you when there are market sensitive company announcements occurring. What you want to be looking for is earnings reports, any sort of price sensitive information that's coming out and will result in a increase or decrease of the share price quite sharply, or it could potentially influence the share price in the longer term if you're investing in that direction. What you can really look for is those reports that come out every quarter, which basically every company has to put out, and these identify the quarterly activities that are occurring as well as the quarterly cash flow, and that really sort of articulates the direction that the company is currently heading in. Alternatively, if you're looking to enter a new stock, you should be looking at company announcements which are to do with presentations and those sorts of things, so you can sort of get a grasp and a high level overview about what a company is currently doing, what their future plans are, the current scenario or the current industry that they're currently in, and how they are dealing with all the different issues that are currently going on in the market. A great example of a company announcement you might look for is if you're investing in mining exploration companies. What you'd be looking for is announcements such as new drilling results that are coming out from the tenements that they currently own. You want to be looking for those with high grade, close to the surface and large resources themselves in order to see an increase in the value of the stock price. Alternatively, if you're looking at biomedical type companies, for instance, you want to be looking for successful test results that result in people being cured, or successful sort of influencing factors that are occurring when they're doing the tests. The second and one of the most influential things that you should be looking at is the world news. You want to be looking at this on a global scale because absolutely anything can affect the shares that you're invested in, even if you think they are completely unrelated. At the moment, it is quite timely as the stock market is crashing right now and all shares are being affected, and it's due to the panic of the COVID-19 or the coronavirus situation currently at hand. And for a lot of companies, this, for instance, does not actually impact the company's operations. Once again, if we go back to the mining exploration companies, most of them do not have too many cash outflows, and they can essentially stop if they needed to, or alternatively they could continue because they don't really have a large production base. Regardless of this, these issues and the world environment is still affecting these sorts of companies, and they're having a massive influence on the current stock price. But other areas you can look out for are political influences, natural disasters occurring, all those sort of big ticket items that could influence your shares in any way, shape or form. The third area you want to be looking at is the futures, and the futures can be talking about anything. We can be talking about different stock exchanges. So for instance, if we're looking at the US stock exchange, we're generally looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, whereas if we're looking at the Australian Stock Exchange and the futures there, you're looking at the ASX 200 and S&P, those sorts of things. And these have a real influence on different markets. You'll notice that if the Dow Jones, for instance, is looking like it's going to fall, the Australian market, which is open when the Dow Jones futures are open simultaneously, will follow the same trend as the Dow Jones, and as a result it can really influence what you do when you're about to start trading. Another set of futures you can look at is the commodities futures and what the commodity prices are currently doing. And this is really important for those companies which are producing raw materials, for instance, because if the copper price, for instance, is dropping in the futures, then this is going to affect the value of the copper mining stocks. Now, the fourth and last area that you should be looking at is those sort of trading groups and social media websites. Not for trading advice per se, but you can see what people are talking about, what's hot, and if you do follow the right people on these forums, you might actually be able to identify some genuinely good stocks and determine if you can make some genuinely good trades. So my two biggest websites that I follow are Twitter and Hot Copper, and I don't get my company research off these websites, but what I do is see what people are talking about and also interact with other people, not only to gauge their opinions and gather information on stocks, but in order to see what people are talking about. At the end of the day, if people are talking about a stock and they're getting excited about it, it's likely that they're going to be trading or investing it, and as a result, the price is more likely to rise. So if you are one of those lucky people who can find a stock which has incredible fundamentals that no one's talking about, and then it makes its way onto social media after the fact of you investing in it, good on you. But for the most part, it's a great way to identify those stocks for making a quick trade, in the sense of there's lots of people talking about it, there's lots of volume currently being traded on the stock due to all the media and the hype surrounding it at that time. And with that, I'm wrapping it up for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave a like and comment any questions or queries down below, and subscribe for more content. With that, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. See you next time.